So we're going to jump into the back end for a little bit. I'm actually going to go ahead and stop this because we're only going to need to run our server for a little while because we're going to be dealing with Postman for authentication and so on. Now, before I even get to users and authentication, there's a little bit of cleanup I want to do here, because right now we have this product routes.js file, and we're putting all the functionality directly in this route file. And I don't want to do that. I want to have controllers that handle the functionality. Routes should just point to controller methods. So let's create in the back end a new folder called controllers, and let's create a file here called product controller.js. And what I'm going to do is from the product routes, so we're going to need async express handler, and we're going to need the product model. So I'm going to bring these over. We don't need this. The router is for the routes. And then let's create a function actually for this first one. So we'll say const, and we'll call this get products. And this is going to take in, let's see, get products. This is going to take in the request and response, and it's going to be async. And we also need to use async handler. So we want to wrap this entire thing. So down here, let's end that. Good. And then I'm going to take what we have in here, which is just these two lines really, and paste that in. And let's copy this. So these are not the description and the route and so on, these will now go in the controller. So that handles that, and we'll fix this file up after. So I'm also going to just copy this, and then this one is going to be get product or get product by ID. And let's grab this and paste that in here. Okay, so now we have these two functions. I'll copy this as well. So we have get products and we have get product by ID, and we need to export these. So down here, let's say export get products and also get product by ID. All right, so this is our product controller. Now in the product routes file, we're going to slim this down quite a bit. So let's bring in up at the top here, we don't need this anymore. We don't need the model. What we do need is the two controller methods. So I'm going to import from the, let's go /controllers/product controller.js. Be sure to add that. And then let's see, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this function and the async handler. So basically we just want router.get. So we could do router.get and for slash, and then we could pass in get products. But what I'm actually going to do here is instead of router.get, we'll say router.route. And for slash, we'll handle a get request and call get products. All right, and then we'll do the same thing for the ID. So we can actually just get rid of this whole thing. And let's copy that down. And then for /:ID, we want to call get product by ID. Oh, I forgot to import them. So this will be get products and get product by ID. So that will really slim down our routes. And now all the functionality will go in the controller. So this should still work. Let's go ahead and try it. We'll just run the server. We don't need to run the front end right now. And just make sure we don't have any issues here. And let's go to Postman, and let's go to our API products get request. get rid of that, and send, and we get all of our products. If we go here and we get a single product by ID, that also works. So this is much cleaner, just having a controller with all the functions, and then routes just have the route and point to the specific controller functions. All right, so I just wanted to do that before we started on the user stuff. So in the next video, we'll create our user routes and our user controller, and we'll start to do the authentication, registration, and all that stuff.